We've talked about the crossover between the music video making and the horror filmmaking. And I think we've talked about how the scoring might intersect with your music making, the scoring of your films, I mean, and the sound of your films intersects with maybe your music making. Are there other ways the two expressions might inform each other? Seth, can you begin by speaking to that?
I mean, yeah, there's almost always a couple songs on records that are, about movie making that I've written anyway, Too Soon on this record is one that was kind of loosely for me just thinking about directing actors and, getting performances and expressions when I realized I need to direct myself better in a way, and think about that in real life, So we actually try to, express that invisible side of filmmaking, the filmmaking process sometimes in music, but it's really, I don't know. I guess another way you could see how they bleed together maybe is we think about music sometimes when we're making films, like, when a lot of people are just planning things out and, worrying about music, typically it's the last thing, the movie's, cut, finished, timed out, and then they pass it on to someone to put some music on it. But a lot of times we'll think about it a little, earlier, even in the script stage, sometimes I'll even write it in. So it gives us, it's a different way of doing things.
Yeah. Nancy, do you want to speak to that, the relationship between your work in film and in this band?
Well, Seth writes the songs for Dog Day, but I often think about it the other way, like just when we're on set and there's so much food everywhere, and I think about what it was like to be a musician, like in my 20s, and how hungry everybody is, and like, you're touring and you're starving, everybody's... you get like a little thing of hummus backstage, and then it comes out of the door, and in the film industry, it's just the opposite. Like,
oh, interesting.
Everything is like
very lavish.
Just make sure all the artists are taken care of, and it's like for musicians, we're all like, when we were first musicians, as young 20-year-olds, was like, so hard.